good. Applied the IP addresses on every interfaces. We'll now go into the configuration of the OSPF proper. So basically, what I think that we need to configure on our OSPF, we need to configure the interface. Although the interface, you might not need to configure it, it will be added automatically in as well as you're adding the network IP. But for curiosity purpose, I'll just show you. So let's just take our 2 as our case study as well. How many interfaces are we going to add? We're adding 4, 5. They look back 2, 3, 5, and 6. So we come to this menu routing, click on OSPF, come to interfaces. So this is where we are going to be adding them one after the other. So let's go. Interface, look back. You can also set some other parameter because we are just doing we want to make it simple so that you can pick it up as fast as possible. Consider here you can set your authentication in between the 2 ports that are the connecting ports where they need to be the same. And you can set like this hello interval and router data interval, they must be the same for each connecting interfaces. If you put here to be 11 and the other end is still at the default, then you have caused an issue on your network. So let's apply OK. For ETA2, let's add ETA2. You can see this value to cost. What's the use of this cost? This value is for failover. Remember, like maybe if the router will choose one of the lowest value. For example, you can see that our router 2 is connecting to R1, R3, almost all the routers. So, and then in OSPF, you are going to be having links to other routers. So you can decide that, okay, let's say everything is going to R1 and the direct connection between your R2 and R1 is on ETA2. So if this port fails, the OSPF will dynamically or automatically fail over to the other port that has the next cost value in the descending order to start from. Maybe you are changing the value now. Since the default value is 10, and you set the main one on port 2 to be 5, and set this one to be 6, depending on how you want your network to be sent. But we are leaving everything for default. So for your practice, you can be changing the value. And when you want to change the value, it must be the same on the connecting ports. So we are setting 11 on ETA2 for your cost value. On the connecting router, which is R1, for this same ETA2, it must be 11. If they are of different value, then there will be OSPF failure. So maybe during another video, we'll be setting up how to troubleshoot OSPF. We're bringing up such such instances. So let's go back to the addition of our interfaces. We've added ETA2. We are leaving every value on default, 3, 5, and 6. 3 or 5. Then ETA6. These are you add it automatically or manually. These are you add it manually. If you want it to be added automatically, once you just add your network IP, the interfaces will be displayed there. You can see that it is still in the down state because at the other end, they are not. We've not actually configured the OSPF to make it active. So the next step is to come to instances. We are making use of the default setting as well, so you can double click on it. So what do we need to change here? We need to change the router ID. This will be used to set up your designated router and your BDR, backup designated router. So these are the values that the OSPF would use to determine which will be the designated router or the BDR. Like I said earlier, I just setting up so that you can have an idea or a feel of how OSPF is being set up. Then one thing that you also need to define is your connected route. This is the network that will be connected directly to your router. So you have 2 values to choose. I advise that you go for this one, then apply. Okay. Then the next step is addition of. Consider in OSPF, in microtik router, you don't create areas. It has been created for you, except you just want to maybe when your network is not getting larger Not be creating areas like area 1, area 2, be giving them a but since we are making use of a 5 router network, you need to create areas that have been created for us by default. So the next step is to add our networks. For those network IPs, you can see now under your IP address list, you've seen the network IPs you need to add. So in OSPF, just come to the routing, then do it in the network, then click the plus sign. Just be adding it um, as it is being displayed here. Now, because we're also like I'll keep saying it because we want to make it very simple and fast as possible. And if you are very good at route summarization, you might not need to be entering each value one after the other. Just enter like if you do your route summary, the calculation very well. Just IP to cover for you. So because you don't want to be laboring us, we don't have a very big network, so just add each of the network area will be the backbone. That's it. Then for the next one, just, to make it work faster, instead of clicking the plus sign at every time, just click the copy menu. That's when about my critique, click the copy menu, supply the next value, which is 172.16.12.0. Don't forget the subnet that it has created it. Copy again. We're going to, all right, let me just remove this one. Let me make use of this since they have the same format. I've done for 12 network, 23, 24, 25. If I click on copy, okay, 16, 23, 0/13. Okay, copy again, 23, 24, and 25. Wow. 24. So the copy command will make your configuration faster. That's the voice of my boy. He's also an aspiring network engineer. One of these days you get to see his face. So we've configure the network. So with if you just follow this procedure on the other routers, then your OSPF will be active. So I want you to also do that on your own, and we'll see at the other side.